Good morning, YouTube. How are you this morning? I'm better than I was, but not as good as I should be. It's about 8:45, and I'm in Gary still. Going to be here for at least another hour. I got woke up at 6:30 by the day shop manager, and he told me that he wasn't going to fix my trailer. He was going to send it to the trailer shop. And I was supposed to take another trailer that's on the yard, and he gave me the number. Well, that trailer was on the yard yesterday, and why the night guy wanted to fix it and the day guy wants to send it to the trailer shop, I got no clue. I'm not really sure. The day guy says that they can't fix it in the shop. Not with the way it is. And the PM was for the trailer, so it wasn't for my truck. So I got up, put all my stuff away, made the bed for the most part, and unhooked from the old trailer and went and hooked to the new one and pulled it around. The new one is a 2011, and it's in pretty decent shape. It had everything on it except for lumber tarps, and the canvas and steel tarps were in the wrong box. So I had to move those over to the right box and get my lumber tarps off my bad trailer and put them in the box. It's got everything else. It's got plenty of wood, and it's got friction mats. It's even got some spare mud flaps. So I'm hooked up to that, and I pulled forward into the regular parking area. They sent him a message telling them that they made me switch trailers, and I was ready to go. And then I went inside and took a shower. Which was good because I really didn't realize I hadn't had one since Monday. No, Tuesday, since Tuesday. So there you go. I got a load. It was on the truck when I got out here. Read the messages. It's an okay load. I got to go to Porter, Indiana, which is about 20 miles away. They gave me extra deadhead, I guess, to compensate for the mileage coming back over here from Bristol. It's not all the mileage it should have been, but it's close enough based on the way they do things. I got an extra, like 80 miles of deadhead instead of the 90 something, but that's okay. The load pays 600 and something miles, I think 618. So that'll give me just over 1,700 miles for this week. Better than nothing, though, I guess. It's going to Kansas City. The only problem I have with it is that it's got a fixed pickup and a fixed delivery time. So I got to pick it up. The appointment's at 11. I can get there at 10:30. So I'll leave here at 10, maybe a little before. And then it delivers at 1:30 tomorrow afternoon. Which leads me to wonder what's going to happen after that. Because 1:30 in the afternoon is pretty late. That means I'm probably end up going to probably not get done there till 4 or 5 in the afternoon, because I've noticed that almost every unload takes at least 2 or 3 hours. And there's plenty of stuff in KC. I know they do stuff, but that late in the afternoon, I'm probably not going to get loaded. And there's no loading or unloading on weekends in flatbed, at least not that I've ever seen. So I'm going to spend the weekend probably in Kansas City. That is going to suck balls. That's just it. And I mean, I should be paid 800 miles for the weekend, even if I'm sitting without a load. So that's a bonus. I get 800 miles right off the bat, but I have to spend the weekend in Kansas City. And there's not a lot in Kansas City as far as truck stops go. There's a Flying J, and I remember resetting in that Flying J once, years and years and years ago, and it's a dump. It's got like a Wendy's, and that's it. Anything else in that town is way out on the outskirts. And so what'll have to happen if it goes this way is when I get to KC and unload and I go over to this Flying J, I'm going to have to pay for a reserve spot, assuming they have reserve parking, and then pay for it for the whole weekend. Because that place is super tight. I got hit in that lot because the parking is so tight years ago. Someone backed into the trailer or drove into the trailer or whatever, and it just, I don't know. And I probably wouldn't get anything till Monday morning. So you're probably looking at about 60 hours sitting in Kansas City with nothing to do and nowhere to go. The only saving hope is that this Flying J has decent internet access, or I am going to be bouncing off the inside walls of this truck. Ugh. Maybe I'll look and see if we got a yard there. I don't think we do. So it's a big dilemma. I really don't know. So, long story short, I might be screwed for the weekend. And it's even worse. I mean, I didn't think I'd be able to do it anyway, but it's confirmed now. I will not be able to make it back for the funeral on Friday afternoon for my uncle. So I'm just going to have to absorb it in my head and let my family know that I'm not going to be able to be there. This week has just blown chunks. So hopefully next week will be better. I mean, I could get a load tomorrow afternoon, be able to pick it up late and take it somewhere. Hopefully it'll be a long one, you know, something 1,200 miles, so I can, you know, spend all day Saturday, all day Sunday driving. I got plenty of hours, you know. I've only worked 31 hours this week out of 70. I guess we'll see what happens. I'll let you know. Good afternoon, YouTube. How are you? I am hot, I am sweaty, and I'm tired. Oh boy. But I'm in a really good mood. But I can't tell you about it. Not until I talk to my wife. Suffice to say, I just got paid a really, really good compliment. And it may lead to bigger and better things. Yes, it's work related. I'm at Worthington Industries in Porter, Indiana. I just finished securing my load and tarping it. I put pictures up on Facebook. It took me about 30 minutes to secure it and about 45 to tarp it. I'm getting better. I'm getting better. And I'm very happy about that. Very, very happy. But it's still tiring, especially when the sun's beating down on you. Glad I got this new shirt, reflects the sun. You like? It keeps me from having to wear that orange vest. I got two of them. I wish there were short sleeves though, but they only Maverick only sells long sleeves, at least right now. I got about 10 hours of driving available. Not that I could drive that much. I only got like 8 hours and 30 minutes of my 14 left. I'm finishing off a DOT break, and then I'm gonna head off. I'm gonna be heading to trying to get to Cameron, Missouri. There's a truck stop there on US 36 and I-35 that I've used probably half a dozen times. It's got a pretty decent little restaurant inside of it. So we're gonna have to get a book on and hopefully have a good day. I'll chat with y'all after a while. Bye. Good evening, YouTube. How are you this evening? I am tired. It is about 9:30 Central Time, and I am at Love's in Bevier, Missouri. It looks like it's a new Love's, or new-ish. Looks like they're still doing construction. There's a whole section of the parking lot that's not finished or not done, and tire shop going up. And I've driven up and down 36. I'm on US 36. I don't know, probably 100 times. Especially when I was working for my old company. And this Love's was never here, so it had to go up in the last couple of years. I know I could probably find out, but it's not that super important. It looks like a nice place. The parking lot's still black and hadn't faded. And not a bunch of potholes in it like most of them. And it's a decent size one. Looks like it'd fit about 100 trucks in here. And it's full. Completely full. There's a Sinclair on the other side of the highway that I thought I may have to go to, but I pulled around here and there was one spot left. And an easy spot to do a straight back for a split axle flatbed. Very, very happy. Very, very happy. So it's kind of a busy day. You know, as far as driving and so forth and so on. I left Worthington Industries and came out 80 to 55 and came down 55 to I-72 from Bloomington and came across to 36 here in Missouri. I half thought of stopping in Palmyra, but that was too far away for me. That would have been a 6-hour drive tomorrow, and I wasn't interested in doing that. And started looking at truck stop parking availability using Trucker's Path and to see what was going on. I had planned on going to Cameron, which is US 36 and I-35, which is like an hour away from the receiver in Kansas City on the Missouri side. But at about 6:30, the parking availability went red, which means it was full, or damn near full, on Trucker's Path. And sometimes that's wrong, you know, not all, but generally it's pretty right. So I started looking for other truck stops, and there was one farther down that was still green, but that was closer to KC, but I didn't want to risk it because it was on 35. And I knew the rest area outside of KC would be full. It always is. There's only maybe 20 spots there. And there's another truck stop between me and Cameron, and it listed as green, but it only showed that they had 10 parking spots, which probably means it's full. You really kind of look at, when you look at Trucker's Path, and if you don't have Trucker's Path, I suggest you get it. It really, really helps find places to park. Maybe I'll do a video on it sometime or something, but basically you get it, you select your starting location and where you're going, and then you tell it your route. And it's actually pretty accurate. Now, it doesn't do specific truck routing, but it is pretty accurate as far as sticking to the major highways, interstates and US highways, and some very specific state highways that are known to be like 4 lanes. And it'll show you every truck stop, parking area, rest area, way station, and a bunch of other stuff, including Walmarts along the route to your location. It's a pretty good app. If you don't have it, check it out. It's free. I know it's on iTunes for Apple, and I do believe there's an Android version as well. Like I said, it's about 9:30. I'm gonna make myself a salad for dinner, and then I'm gonna go to bed. And I'm not in a rush for tomorrow. Means I can sleep in a little bit. I got a 2.5 hour drive, roughly. I'll just call it 3 hours for all intents and purposes, to get to KC from where I'm at. It's 154 miles, road miles from where I'm at. And my appointment is not until 1:30 in the afternoon. So it's not like I'm pressed for time. That means I can sit down, eat something, and relax and just go to bed and not set an alarm and wake up. Because I will wake up at 8 o'clock. Generally, no matter what I do, I always wake up at 8 o'clock, by 8. And but lately I've been waking up at 5:45, 6 o'clock. I think it's starting to be ingrained in my head. So that's that. It's kind of a really uneventful day, all things considered. Talked to my wife about an opportunity that's come up employment-wise, and she's mulling it over. And the opportunity is a good one, but I'm not really prepared to say anything on YouTube about it yet. As soon as her and I have banged heads together and made a decision, you guys will be the second to know. And but never fear, unless you're getting tired of these videos, I will continue making them, because I'm not getting out of trucking anytime soon. I'm probably going to retire or die doing this job, preferably the first. So y'all have a good evening. Keep the shiny side up. 73s, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Good night.